What is the selection of employees? At the end of the recruitment exercise, all shortlisted candidates are invited to attend the selection exercise at the stated venue, date, and time, and with relevant academic, professional, and career documents. The selection process aims at identifying the most suitable candidate, among a pool of applicants, for the vacant position in the organization. The steps of selection include: 1. Welcoming remarks. The Human Resources (HR) manager welcomes the candidates to the organization and highlights the aim and procedure of the selection exercise. 2. Introduction. The HR manager allows the members of the selection panel to introduce themselves and highlight their roles in the organization. The candidates are given the chance to introduce themselves, briefly. The HR manager assures each candidate of equal opportunity to appear before the selection panel and discuss suitability for the vacant position. 3. Verification of documents. The selection panel requests the official identification document and ensures the applicant is on the shortlist. The panel examines the original education, professional, and work experience documents to ensure that they are genuine. Copies of the documents are retained and filed as part of the selection evidence. 4. Panel interview. The in-person interview enables the candidate to discuss the job description, qualifications, and terms and conditions of employment with the members of the interview panel. Knowledge test enables the candidate to discuss how his or her education level is suitable for the job. Also, the candidate should demonstrate an understanding of the core values, strategic goals, mission, and vision of the organization, and how it can achieve a competitive advantage in the industry. Professionalism assessment allows the candidate to explain active participation in the activities of a relevant professional association, and provide certifications on areas of professional specialization or expertise. Work experience discussion focuses on evidence-based practices that are relevant to the job, and will add value to the performance of the organization. The candidate has the chance to explain how his or her skill set will improve the performance of the team and organization. The transferable skills that are important across organizations include collaboration, creativity and innovation, adaptability, ICT, and team leadership. The candidate should demonstrate a positive attitude in the work environment, for example, the determination to pursue and achieve the mission and vision of the organization. The panel needs to assess the level of understanding of the emerging trends in the profession, organization, and industry, for example, the automation of the production and service delivery processes via artificial intelligence, AI, and robotics technologies. At the final step of the interview, the panel allows the candidate to ask a question or make a comment. It is good for the candidate to inquire about the career development opportunities in the organization, and also thank the panel for the opportunity to discuss his or her competencies for the job. The selection panel reminds the candidate to confirm his or her original documents before leaving the interview room. 5. Scoring all candidates. Each panel member scores each candidate in the interview areas of knowledge, professionalism, experience, skills, attitude, emerging trends, and questions/comments, and indicates the total marks at the appropriate section of the score sheet. The interview panel calculates and records the average marks of each candidate. 6. Ranking of all candidates. The interview panel ranks the candidates from the highest to the lowest, based on the average scores/marks. 7. Background checks. The panel conducts background checks for all candidates to ensure they are reliable, ethical, and professional in the work environment. The checks are done on the credit, criminal, driving, drug, and verification records of the candidates. 8. Reference checks. The panel consults previous and current colleagues and supervisors of the candidates to assess their career records. Areas of interest in background checks include period of employment, performance results, and decision-making roles. 9. Decision. The selection panel discusses the interview scores, background checks, and reference checks to identify the most suitable candidate for the job. The appropriate candidate has high interview scores, and satisfactory background and reference assessment. The panel identifies the candidate with the top interview score and passes the background and reference checks for the position. Alternatively, the panel may use the affirmative action, diversity, and inclusion policies of the company to identify the top special interest candidate for the position. The panel records the candidate identified for the position in the minutes and report of the selection exercise. The HR manager officially contacts and congratulates the identified candidate for succeeding in the selection exercise, and invites him or her to sign the employment contract at the stated date, time, and venue. The HR manager officially communicates and thanks the candidates and applicants, who did not get the job, for participating in the recruitment and selection process, and encourage them to apply for future vacancies in the organization. 10. Offer of employment. The successful candidate reads the terms and conditions of work, signs the employment contract, and retains a copy of the legal agreement. The HR manager gives the new employee an official posting letter showing the workstation, the date and time of reporting, and the induction, orientation, and onboarding program of the organization. The selection panel needs to ensure that the recruitment and selection procedure adheres to the employment policy of the company and the labor laws of the country.